Hey everyone, hello. So, for today's video, we're going to talk about something very important, which is mental health. So, this month in March 2026, one of the most recognizable voices in modern music made a deeply personal revelation. At just 30 years old, global pop and rap star Doja Cat opened up about something many people struggle with, and that's mental health. So, in a candid message shared publicly, she revealed that she has been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, which is often referred to as BPD. She described it as an agonizing condition and admitted that for years she had been hiding her emotional struggles behind a public persona of happiness. Her confession struck a chord with fans and mental health advocates around the world, not only because of her honesty, but because it highlighted a truth that many people understand all too well. Sometimes the people who appear the happiest are the ones who are fighting the hardest battles within. Today we're going to talk about Doja Cat's revelation, what borderline personality disorder actually is, why mental health conversations matter, especially in the public eye, and why seeking help is not weakness, but it's actually an act of courage. Earlier this month, Doja Cat shared that she's been battling borderline personality disorder and has been actively in therapy for 8 years as she's working through it. She explained that for much of her life, she had learned to pretend she was happy, masking her emotions in order to meet expectations, both professionally and personally. But eventually, the emotional pressure caught up with her. In her words, she said, "It caught up with me." She described the experience of living with BPD as deeply painful, something that can cause intense emotional waves, feelings of disassociation, and moments where a person feels like a stranger to themselves. Despite the difficulty, she also shared something hopeful. She is proud of her progress. After 8 years of therapy and personal work, she says she is still learning, still growing, and still healing. And that honesty alone is powerful. To understand the significance of her story, we need to talk about what borderline personality disorder actually is. BPD is a complex mental health condition that affects how a person experiences emotions, relationships, and their own sense of identity. Some common symptoms include intense emotional swings, fear of abandonment, difficulty maintaining stable relationships, impulsive behavior, feelings of emptiness, distorted self-image, and disassociation or feeling disconnected from reality. For someone with BPD, emotions can feel overwhelming, like emotional storms that come on suddenly and powerfully. It's not simply moodiness or being dramatic, as the disorder is often unfairly, unfortunately, portrayed. It's a serious psychological condition that requires understanding, support, and long-term therapy. And like many mental health conditions, it exists on a spectrum, meaning every person's experience can look different. One of the most striking parts of Doja Cat's confession was her admission that she spent years pretending to be happy. This is something psychologists call emotional masking. It's when people hide their true feelings to appear socially acceptable, successful, or emotionally stable. And for celebrities, this pressure is magnified. Imagine dealing with anxiety, depression, or emotional instability while millions of people watch your every move. Public figures often feel they must maintain an image of confidence and control. But the truth is, fame doesn't protect anyone from mental health struggles. In fact, it can actually sometimes intensify them. Interestingly, Doja Cat said she was inspired by fellow pop artist Chappell Roan. Roan recently gained attention for setting firm boundaries with paparazzi and speaking openly about the pressures of fame. Watching another artist embrace honesty encouraged Doja Cat to do the same. She defended Roan publicly and praised her for being authentic rather than performing politeness for the public. This moment reflects a broader cultural shift happening in entertainment. More artists are choosing authenticity over perfection. While encouraging honesty, Doja also shared an important warning with fellow celebrities. She said that oversharing personal struggles can sometimes increase stress, especially when audiences become impatient or overly judgmental. Mental health journeys are deeply personal. Healing doesn't happen on a schedule, and sometimes privacy is a necessary boundary. Her message was clear: be honest, but also protect your peace. Doja Cat has also spoken previously about struggles with body dysmorphia, a condition where someone becomes intensely preoccupied with perceived flaws in their own appearance. Body image struggles are incredibly common in the entertainment industry, where appearance is constantly scrutinized. When you combine public criticism, social media, unrealistic beauty standards, it can create an environment where mental health becomes even more fragile. Her willingness to talk about this helps normalize conversations about body image and self-worth. One of the most important takeaways from Doja Cat's story is this: mental health is not a personal failure. Millions of people around the world struggle with conditions like anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, and BPD. But unfortunately, stigma often keeps people silent. People fear being labeled, misunderstood, judged, or treated differently. When someone as visible as Doja Cat speaks openly about therapy and diagnosis, it sends a powerful message. Getting help is normal, healing is possible, and vulnerability is strength. And another key element of her story is her commitment to therapy. 8 years. That level of dedication highlights something important. Mental health recovery is rarely quick. Healing often involves self-reflection, learning emotional regulation, building healthy boundaries, processing trauma, and developing coping strategies. Therapy isn't about fixing someone. It's about giving people tools to understand themselves and navigate life more safely and compassionately. And the fact that she feels proud of her progress shows that growth is happening, even if the journey is long. For decades, mental health was something people whispered about. Today, conversations are becoming more open. Artists, athletes, actors, and public figures are beginning to share their experiences, and that openness can save lives. When someone hears a celebrity say, "I'm struggling too," it reminds them that they are not alone. Doja Cat's revelation isn't just celebrity news, it's part of a much larger conversation about emotional health, authenticity, and compassion. Behind the fame, behind the music, behind the glamorous image, there is still a human being navigating life. Her honesty reminds us that everyone, no matter how successful, can struggle internally. And most importantly, there is no shame in seeking help. Health and healing is not weakness. It's one of the bravest things a person can do. So, if you or someone you know is struggling with mental health challenges, remember that support is available. Talking to a therapist, a counselor, or a trusted person can make a profound difference. And as Doja Cat's journey shows, progress may take time, but healing is always possible. So that's it for today's video. As always, I hope you found it entertaining, enlightening, or in some way beneficial. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with a friend or two. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.